We're the only people on this entire planet who have been taught to sing and praise our detriment. I'm a B. I'm a H. I'm a gangster. I'm a thug. I'm a dog. If you can train people to demean and degrade themselves, you can oppress them forever. You can even program them to kill themselves, and they won't even understand what happened. The late Dr. Francis Cresswell. People, I've been wanting to quote from this lady for a while. May God rest her soul, and may her words live eternally in those who understand. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. My name is Friendship Pierce. Welcome to my channel. It is Friday. Happy Friday. September 20th for 2024, 2:33 in the p.m. This morning, my spirit took a turn on this P. Diddy thing. It really hit me. I finally got 8 hours sleep, and I know that when I'm fresh, the mind and the spirit, they begin to work more in concert. So I want to present to you some historical things about P. Diddy. And how can we solve and stop repeating this madness? Brothers in a jail cell. Kind of don't make no social sense, do it? What you watched was an arrest. When I put it up against the 5 C's, I'm going to show you what I saw. As they walked through, all of a sudden in his entourage, I see somebody in orange and yellow. Those are Ra colors, sun god Ra. Watch. Do you see it? Is this thing being orchestrated? Are the powers talking as they doing? Are they telling you? Are they telling us? Are they speaking without speaking, saying, yeah, we're the ones taking them down? You know, I teach the 5 C's, and welcome new subscribers from Nick Shirley. I am Friendship Blue. I teach the 5 C's of clues, codes, colors, their confirmation time conclusion. And when it comes down to the sun god Ra, you see, you gotta understand what you're looking at, because these are the powers which have taken over. These are the demons that have been summoned back in our time to rule the world with the one world system. So as I watch this video and I see this orange and the gold and everything else is dark, but I see this here. Oh, baby, look. It's standing out to me. So he's arrested. He's in prison. But let's go back. Let's go way back. Let's go back to his father. Melvin Earl Combs. Raised in Mount Vernon, New York, his mother, Janice Combs, was a model and teacher's assistant, and his father, Melvin Earl Combs, served in the U.S. Air Force and was an associate of convicted New York drug dealer Frank Lucas. Yes, the Frank Lucas. It's deep, y'all. There he is. Puff Daddy's father. May he rest in peace. Sometimes you got to go backwards to move forward. And there's Frank Lucas. And here's Frank Lucas, notorious, one of the original notorious B.I.G.'s back in the day. Frank Lucas was an American drug lord who operated in Harlem, New York City during the late 1960s and early 1970s. He was known for cutting out middlemen in the drug trade and buying heroin directly from his source in the Golden Triangle in Southeast Asia. Y'all remember that movie? That was some movie. That was some movie. Oh yeah. Yeah, Frank Lucas. The Frank Lucas gangster. And how many cities emulated this thing? New York, the Bronx, Chicago, where I'm from, getting down. Yeah. Y'all remember that? The Frank Lucas story. Some story. This is P. Diddy's past. P. Diddy's past with his dad. This is who he was hanging with. Yeah. And Frank Lucas taught P. Diddy about his dad. When I say taught, he would talk to him. P. Diddy wanted to know about his daddy because his daddy died at 33 years old, at 33, if I'm not mistaken. And Frank Lucas taught him about his dad. But how do we correct this thing? Well, we don't continue to repeat the pattern. Yes. Melvin Earl Combs, birth date April 15th, 1938. Gunned down January 26, 1972. My condolences. When you take April 15th of 2024, the anniversary that he was gunned down, subtracted from the date that P. Diddy got arrested, the film you just saw, the difference is 22 weeks, people. That's the 22. Barack Obama's got a V in his forehead. I've showed you guys that, the V in the forehead from the miniature cartoon drama, I Pet Goat on YouTube. Barack Obama got a V in his forehead. He's sweating the V. The 22nd letter of the alphabet is V. Why is he sweating it? Because disastrous things happen with 22, baby. Is it coincidence that we got 22 weeks to separate between the massacre of P. Diddy's daddy versus the day that P. Diddy got arrested? It makes that orange and yellow stand out, don't it? You think rah-rah's behind this thing? What you think? What you think? What you think? But Denzel Washington, he played that role to the tilt. He played that role, baby. He played Frank Lucas. Denzel played the role. Man, it's a powerful movie. But how do we stop this progression? I know arguably blacks didn't have too many options back in the day to make money and whatnot. And the first gangsters probably weren't us. Arguably, maybe it was Bugs Moran and, you know, the Dillinger guys back in the day. But we was emulating, you know, the dope, the liquor, whatever. But the brother was an Einstein. He cut out the middleman. Y'all saw the movie. Go straight to Vietnam and get the drugs myself. But I digress. Because I still want to know, how do we stop this cycle, this madness? Mystery Babylon, we got to make better choices.
Lucas, this is my dad Frank Lucas, and shout out to Vlad TV. Thanks for setting up this interview. Lucas, this is my dad Frank Lucas, and shout out to Vlad TV. Thanks for setting up this interview. I'm Ray Lucas, this is my dad Frank Lucas, and shout out to Vlad TV. Thanks for setting up this interview.
Me and Melvin Combs were good friends. We were good friends. We were good.
Me and Melvin Combs were good friends. Talking about P. Diddy's daddy. Me and Melvin Combs were good friends. Listen.
Thanks for setting up this interview.
Me and Melvin Combs were good friends. We were good friends. We were good friends. We did a lot of business together. Of course, it was not a legal business, but we did a lot of business together. And I was sorry to see what happened to him. That shocked the hell out of me.
And
the guy who did it, I'm glad he got what he got. Okay, so.
And I know Melvin used to come to your club, the Turntable, a lot.
Yes, he did. He come there all the time. Melvin was like a lady man. Yeah, he come there all the time. He come to my club all the time. Yes, he did.
Can you say the name of your club?
The Lord Price Turntable, 52nd and Broadway. I met Sean Combs. I met him when he was a little boy. He used to come over to my house. His daddy used to bring him over to my house.
So he met Sean Combs when he was a little boy.
It was 52nd and Broadway. I met Sean Combs. I met him when he was a little boy. He used to come over to my house. His daddy used to bring him over to my house. He used to come see me on various businesses, and he used to bring him over to my house from time to time. But I met Sean.
So that's how he met him. Now, today, listen to this. Sad.
We're tracking music mogul Sean Diddy Combs on suicide watch at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center after two judges denied his request for bail. This as a grand jury is expected to hear new testimony from sex workers very soon. Good Day's Lizette Nunez is outside the facility in Gowanus with the very latest. Lizette, good morning.
Good morning, Dan. So TMC is reporting that two sex workers are sharing their encounters with Diddy with the feds. We're also hearing that Diddy has a target on his back while he is behind bars here at the Metropolitan Detention Center. TMC is reporting that more people plan to cooperate with the feds in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking case.
We found out that these two individuals, and we have actually spoken to one of them. They are both sex workers, currently sex workers. One of them says that they had an interaction with Diddy in 2014, and they are willing to tell the feds what they...
On Diddy Combs' sex trafficking.
Man, they willing to talk. Y'all remember the movie Car Wash? I'm going down. I'm going down. 'Cause you ain't around, baby. I'm all. Lord have mercy. Who would have thought? How are we gonna stop this cycle, people? Ooh, Lord. In 1996, under the name Puff Daddy, Combs released his first commercial vocal work as a rapper. His debut single, Can't Nobody Hold Me Down, spent 28 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, peaking at #1. His debut album, No Way Out, was released on July 22nd, 1997 through Bad Boy Records. Wow. No Way Out. Tell me time don't repeat itself. And look at this date. July 2-2. There's the 2-2. July 2-2. 1997. July 2-2, 1977 versus the day he got arrested, 9/16 of 2024. The difference is 9,918 days, or 27 years and 56 days. We bring it up to date. 7/22 of 2025 will be the anniversary of his Bad Boy song, No Way Out, versus the day he got arrested of 9/16/2025. And the difference is 44 weeks in one day. That's a mathematical improbability. What are you talking about, Pearson? Who's the 44th president? That's Barack Obama. Is this coincidence? Sun God Ra, orange and yellow? Is this Obama Egyptian thing that we always talk about up in here? Man, it's deep. I said it's deep. 44. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to just let y'all look at him while I have my little moment. I need to kind of vent. We got to stop this cycle, y'all. You see, because I was thinking this morning about this Diddy situation. What he did and what he didn't do. Diddy has been in the industry for 27 years. He has touched billions of dollars in real estate, money, stocks, and has come across arguably the most talented folks in America. Yet there's this questionable, arguable trail of tears, deaths, shenanigans. Even had somebody go to jail for him, they say allegedly, Brother Shine. All these disappointments. As I thought about this, I know he gave money to his former college, Howard. Gave money to charities and gifts, I get it. But through it all, you wind up in a cold 5x7, lonely cell eating inmate food. Now on suicide watch, they say, because they planting the seeds for your demise, allegedly. You roll with the big dogs of the Democratic Party who you couldn't see was using your celebrity. The Obamas, the Bidens. They latched onto you after the dust settled from the Vietnam War, from the Malcolm X and Dr. King and the Kennedy years. They needed to choose some new black folk that we could emulate, that we could clown. Make that money in this America. Get that dream alive. Do it from the streets. Forget about the Lord. Oh yeah, we got a dream, baby. And you're it. You're handsome, you're talented. Your daddy was in the game. You're a street hustler, you're smart. You're the image the forces needed to not only get out the vote, baby, but to have a segment of black kids and other cultures look up to and possibly emulate. So the same trap the powers laid, they laid that trap for you and other artists. Should I name their names? Because they laying up there in prison too. They set trap for you long term, knowing short term, this ghetto bad boy getting high street behavior, hustler, cool, money flipping, H's and B's running the street, non-family structure can be glorified. Oh, hallelujah. They sitting in the background praising Satan. Brother, please. You know what I really want to say? As the loose-lipped Christian folks say, you better be glad I'm a Christian. You see, brother, like those who come through the ranks of Mystery Babylon, where folks are now speculating the Jesuits made him rise, and now he's fallen. I said folks are speculating on this internet. It's the Jesuits. They got a way of setting things in place and picking those who can giddy up, go to the top of the mountain. Then when they're done with them, they drop them like it's hot. They can chew you up, then spit you out. You was arguably used, brother. Bill Withers, he sang that song. My friend says their appointed duty. They keep trying to tell me all you want to do is use me. Oh, but my answer say all that you missed up. I said I won't spread the news that if the field is good getting used, well, you just keep on using me until you use me up. The powers, they push that image of an irresponsible brother laying eggs on your journey, running from woman to woman. You got a house, but you ain't got no home. Now your boy is even being dragged into the court because you couldn't see the long-term trick bag. That's your seed, man. Even your seed is going to court. Baby, let me tell you something. As an older brother, all chickens come home to roost. You came up in a time where God Almighty could have used your position of promise to unite, love, groom, and financially assist hundreds upon hundreds of black folk from poverty to the promised land. You could have had a legacy that a mother, father, sister, brother, nation, and clan could be proud of. When God allows one to be placed in a position, you got to understand the call of duty. Now you're sitting there with other top entertainers, lost and all alone, hoping, praying, and feeling if you're ever gonna make it out of here. You never thought in a million years you'd be hearing that hit record. My Bible speaks that the more that you're given, the more is expected. You're in his kingdom. Kingdom spoil when you call a woman an H and a B. Kingdom spoil when your works don't uplift humanity, God's humanity. All these brothers and sisters out here taking their turn, climbing up a cross, lifting up that cross symbolically, emulating the crucifixion. Then you got the audacity to wear the biggest and brightest cross on your chest, talking about displaying God like you humbly at our Savior's feet ask him for forgiveness and guidance. Yet with every other video, you got your posse in the background, jocking your egos with hoochie mamas behind you as you give a toast, then you pour out a little liquor. I ask you, how come Saudi Arabia ain't doing these kind of videos in abundance, disgracing themselves? Same question, how come Islamic and Buddhists, how come they ain't out here got their women shaking their behind in the background to a rap song? Where their posse's at? Bouncing around like Nerf balls in the wind. We need a curriculum, people. We got to stop this cycle. It's mad. Time for somebody to speak up. If it was up to me, I'd put all of us in that class. We learn about transatlantic slave trade, what it did to our mentality. Even how blacks sold blacks in slavery. That need to be talked about. Because we're doing it now in another way. You talk about this sin aspect with the Egyptian and the idol worship of the sun god, which helped put us in the situation we're in now. USA, Mystery Babylon, and the social economic traps to keep us repeating the same old foolishness. It should be a requirement for all these teenagers. We got to stop this cycle, y'all. We need a curriculum. The secret societies know historically what has brought nations and kingdoms down. This immorality and this idol worship. All they need is an image. I said all they need is a few images. Don't matter what color, long as they got them out there. How Mystery Babylon set trap for artists, business people, teach us how to navigate through this society. Change our whole mentality. P. Diddy is behind bars because his mind was behind bars. Your mind goes before the body. You can blame it on the Jesuits all you want and the secret societies. But the bottom line is you just like Adam, you got free will. Babylon made another one bite the dust at the expense of arguably 2 black generations. And arguably of the generations in general, because other cultures, if you check out the numbers, they buy just as much garbage rap music as we do. Pick a percentage that have been heavily influenced by this freak off. What in the is a freak off mentality? Are you kidding me? That's your brand? A freak off? Does a Jew have a freak off? Does an Islamic or the Buddhist man or a brother from Saudi Arabia, is he known about having a freak off? Is that where we at? You go up, now you're coming down and you labeled as having a freak off. 27 years. Now they got you on suicide watch. You're a billionaire and you're having freak offs. People wrap your mind around it. Oh, Pearson, you on him too hard. No, I'm not. As many of y'all know, when I had my last channel, I talked the same way. As many of y'all know, I used to be youth director at Operation Push back in the day with Jesse Jackson, under the tutelage of my mama and my godmother, rest her soul, Reverend Taplin Barrow. I met the biggest people in the music industry and the radio industry at the time. And we talked about this crap music and this sinful industry back in the day. I've been talking about this thing for over 40 years. And now he got this foolishness for 37 years running through our psyche. And now he's paying for it. He should pay for it. But I hope he find the Lord while he up in this cell. They setting the climate though, just like he set a climate. Well, men and women literally relegated to a trash heap exhibitions of a freak off. Come on, man. Where's the outrage? All these sex exploitation movies, these Superfly movies, these thugs in the hood type movies. Oh, Pearson, we just emulating what's going on in the street. Really? That's your excuse? Again, I don't see no Saudi in the hood. Now that there's this standards in the globe, we need to set these standards. The Saudis, they got standards, don't they? They got culture, they got tradition, they got family standards. We were stripped of our standards. That's why we need to have some classes. This transatlantic slave trade thing stripped us of our culture. Then they beat it out of us. And we helped. Again, we helped sell slaves too. Our own. We need repair, we need some reparations. See, the USA back in the day, they made financial and military deals with Saudi Arabia. I'm not picking on them, I'm just giving an understanding. We made deals with countries like Saudi Arabia under the Carter administration. We had a celebrated social, economic, geopolitical guy named Henry Kissinger. You know, he was an architect. He set that thing up in Saudi Arabia. You call and you buy a debt, we'll buy your oil. But yet when it came down to Africa and the Congo, America was doing what? Pillaging and raping our resources, our cobalt, our gold, our diamonds, our land. But ain't nobody talking about that. And I'm not trying to make excuse for the brother, but I understand. His daddy was in the armed forces. I'm sure he saw it. He might have allegedly was the one that told Frank Lucas, go on over to overseas, get your drugs. You don't need a middleman. Black folks, we smart, we want to be. But just like any culture, if you're limited on opportunity, sometimes you go the wrong road. I'm making this video because I'm saying it's time to get off this road. Look, this brother, he in prison now. Somebody better speak up. Got brothers and sisters who emulated this garbage. Now they laying up in jail, laying up dead, or laying up ain't got no arms, getting shot, being these dumb gangs, selling that dope, looking at this clown foolishness and other rappers. He the fall guy. Who's behind him? I don't really care. Adam, use your free will. Time to get back to God. I'm proposing a change, some classes trained by non-machine preachers, professors, teachers, street smart people, funded by the government and donations, a form of reparations repair. I ain't arguing about it. It need to be done. If you can give all this money to these illegals the last 2 years, you can give some black folks. We need to repair this situation. This man, when you think about 27 years, arguably 2 generations, look at where we at. And you know it ain't just him. A lot of us done went down the road, the wrong road. Need some financial literacy classes. I can go on so we can navigate through this system. He got a lot to think about, y'all, while he in jail. The power is gonna slice and dice any money and any real estate he got. And just like they went back on Bill Cosby, it don't matter, statute of limitations. They're gonna take everything he owned. I understand he put some of it in his family's name. It probably ain't gonna make no difference. He got a long time to realize what a freak off is. When you freak off, at some point, you get freaked on. I'm Friend Shot Pierce. If you like the work, please subscribe. Remember, check every day when I do videos because you might not get the notification. God bless and God help this man and all of our people. Red, yellow, black, and white. Whoever fell into the game, don't be no fool and don't be nobody's fool. Stop the madness. Stop the repeat.